Well, good evening, everybody, or I should say good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. And I have two very special guests with me here this afternoon. A little later on today, down at Palm Bay High School, playing in their first home game. They were in Brevard County last week, but it wasn't a home game for them. Is the newest semi-pro football team, adult league football team in Brevard County. And if you've never had an opportunity to come watch, whether it's the Sharks or anybody else that's ever suited up in this county, you're really missing a good time on Saturday nights. But now you have another option, and you have that option down in the south part of the county. And the great news is these two teams aren't always here on the weekends together. So even if you're in the north part of the county, get your butt down to the south part of the county and watch them play too. Not only, and I love Eddie Dufresne, but with all respect, not only do they have the coolest logo, I am here to tell you this is the coolest logo in sports, ladies and gentlemen. There you see it on the screen. We're going to find out everything. Please help me welcome the owners of the Brevard County Raptors. I couldn't be more excited to have Ashley and DeShawn James. Thank you both so much for joining me here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The first question I have for you is tell me who came up with the idea for another semi-pro team in Brevard, and how did you get this thing going?
Okay, well, I came up with the idea of the semi-pro idea. I myself played semi-pro for about 10 years. I played down in Broward County for the Broward Outlaws for a bit of time. I moved up this way to Palm Bay. Um, I seen that the area needed a little something else to do, add
Right.
a little activity to the community. So I was like, let's start a football team and put young guys or any guy on the platform to play the game that they still love. Help guys get exposure for the next level if they're looking to go to the next level. And we're also looking to give back to the community as well.
That's the part where we're going to get into that. Here's the thing. You're a husband and wife team, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, they say that husband and wives shouldn't work together, but Miss Ashley, tell me about your involvement with the team, and because as we spoke throughout the course of the week, I'm sure Mr. Deshawn getting the guys ready, but you seem to really have the grasp on the back end of the business side of it. Is that kind of how it works?
Yep, that's exactly how it's been working. I handle the team administration, all of the speaking to everyone and marketing and things like that. So that's kind of my part of it. Charity work, sponsorship. So I'm doing all of the backhand work, like you said. So that's what I handle.
That is amazing because I'm going to tell you right now. First of all, when you launch any new business, to have your partner in life as your partner in business is a big bonus because
Yes.
you know what? You listen, I've been around semi pro football for about, well, Deshaun, Ashley, you know how contentious things can get when you don't have the type of relationship that you guys have. I'm sure you've seen friendships dissolve over
Yes.
this guy's money or that guy's money. And you know what? That's one of the things y'all don't have to worry about. And that's a beautiful thing because you can concentrate and worry about growing the entire program on and off the field. Okay, so let me ask you this. Miss Ashley, I want to start with you on this question. So, how did you get going? Like, you play down at what, Palm Bay High School? None of this is easy to accomplish. I've seen teams that don't exist in this county anymore not be able to accomplish what you've accomplished in a very short period of time here. Kind of take me through how you got this ball rolling so quickly.
Well, first, my husband had the great idea that he wanted to do something. Our sons play for the Palm Bay Rockets, and they had a great season last season. Um, and he just kind of got bored and was like, "Well, I think I want to play semi-pro again. I want to start my own team because there's
Yeah.
no team here." We did our research and we found out about the Sharks, and we're like, oh, "Okay, great. It's too far away for us." So he was
Right.
like, "Well, let's start something here for the southern part of Brevard County." I was like, "Okay, I'm down." So it was just creating a bank account, creating a logo, reaching out to people, marketing, and just honestly building a team. And surprisingly enough, there was a lot of young athletes who didn't have anything to do here and were on board right away. We had great tryouts, but
Uh,
we're kind of now we've peaked and we're kind of at a plateau just a little bit with some of our players just feeling a little discouraged because of last week's game, not understanding that we're a first year team, we're building right now, we are not established. And so that's really the only thing that's kind of
uh,
getting us right now is just trying to encourage our players and getting them to still recruit, getting them to understand that we're not going to have maybe the best season, but we're going to have a season. And win, lose, or draw, we're going to be fine.
you know what, Deshaun, and obviously I want to talk to you about this. Obviously, you didn't get the result you wanted last week, but you had to feel proud in that fourth quarter when you look up and you see your guys out there fighting tooth and nail the way they were. Because they were. Because, I was talking to Kayla. I talked about it on the broadcast. I said, you know, now we're going to find out. This is a brand new organization. And what you want to see now is the character of the guy on the field. The Jameses are going to support them on and off the field. But what you want to see as a coach, as an owner right now, is the character of the player that's in your organization. I thought that based on some of the things I saw, you had to be pretty pleased with some of the guys out there in terms of character, coach.
Yes. Yes, I was. I'm me personally. I'm very proud of my guys for
Yeah.
not laying down on me, not giving up on me. I have some guys who are in high spirits from what happened. We all understand that this is a learning experience. This is a first time team experience. This is actually our first time playing on the field together. We didn't have a preseason game or a joint scrimmage or anything like that. So
Wow.
our first
Right.
game was pretty much our preseason game. So
Yeah.
we all
Eh,
figured out our strengths and our weaknesses at on that day. Shout out to the Sharks as well. Shout out to Eddie,
Yeah, no,
good
Eddie.
guy.
Listen, man, they got a good team this year, and I've watched them over the last 2 years. 2 years ago, I listen. It wasn't like that 2 years ago for them, and I know Eddie would tell you the same exact thing.
Yeah, he
He,
did.
here with DeShawn and Ashley James. Well, I guess tell me a little bit about like. Oh, well, here's the other thing too. I think is going to happen for semi-pro adult league football. Here's what I think is going to happen because of the way college recruiting is these days. I think you're going to see semi-pro football get younger and younger and
Yeah,
younger because you got guys that they just want to step on a field and play right away. And I think
yep,
you're going to start to see that a lot more as college coaches start going to transfer portals more and more and more. So I think
right.
we got a lot of football talent. Now it ain't like, listen, with all
Yes,
due
Yes.
respect to Brevard County, it ain't like down in Broward. But you know what? We got a lot of talent in this
we
county.
do. Right.
Yes. So tell me from this point on, okay, so what was the message to the guys this week as you get set to play your first home game a little later on tonight?
Okay, so like I told the guys, last week is the past. We're moving to the future, and whatever happened last week is not going to happen this week. We had a strong 3 day in a row practice, strong, and I explained to the guys that remember this sport is 90% mental, 10% physical.
Yep.
Let's never forget that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think that now that we're all clicking together and starting to understand that, we should be good this weekend.
You know what I think? Here's the other thing I think too is the fact that not only are you a first year team, but you elected to join and tell me, any one of you can answer this. You elected to join the Elite American Football League, the EAFL. Michael Torres and his payouts and what he tries to accomplish with the EAFL. You didn't just jump into one of these 8-team semi-pro leagues that
Nope.
kind of skirt the state of Florida. You jumped into the creme de la creme from the state of Florida and Georgia. Why was the EAFL the right choice for you guys?
I personally want to bring our guys into competition, competitive league. Let's say that. I
Right.
want the guys to understand. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing an unprofessional, or this is not an unprofessional organization. So we're gonna join a league that matches our criteria pretty
Yes.
much. You guys want to be the best, you have to play the best. I have a lot of guys who wants to go to the next level. Well, I say, hey, look, if you think that you have what it takes to play on this level, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, listen, you're in there with a lot of teams and I'm excited to see, you got the Central Florida. Who do you guys play tonight?
so we
Tomorrow.
actually we play tomorrow
Well,
night.
well, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll edit this part out. So I'm going to run this tomorrow at
Okay.
like 1 o'clock, so that
Ah.
people, yeah, so people see it. But I'll edit this out. I'll edit this part out. They won't see this. So let me back up. Three, two,
Okay.
one. So who do you guys play tonight?
So tonight we play the Florida Warhawks. They
Okay.
play at 7 p.m. They're also a first year team as well. So it should be an evenly matched competition this tonight. So
Okay, well, good. I tell you, I'm kind of like, if this is bittersweet for me because I've been communicating with Miss Ashley. So yesterday, the Holy Trinity girls basketball team and boys soccer team played in the state semifinals. In the state championship, are scheduled for Saturday. Now, unfortunately, the girls basketball team lost. Had they won,
oh,
I could have done that game and still made your broadcast. And it looked like that the Holy Trinity boys soccer team wasn't going to win. They were losing 1-0 with 9 minutes to play. And they
mhm.
ended up scoring the game winning goal with
Oh,
25 seconds to play. So
Nice.
now I have to be in DeLand tomorrow night. So I won't be able to broadcast the game. But we have 3 more games on
Right.
tap this year. So we're very excited about that. Tell me about the community involvement. You mentioned charity, you mentioned community involvement. How does that factor in to the Brevard Raptors?
So, one of the main visions for the organizations, because we are a nonprofit sports organization, we honestly are veering more towards mental health awareness for men, giving men an outlet, through sports and physical activities as well as mental activities to, find a home, a brother, a brotherhood, build bonds with other men of like minds, and I just feel like right now during our times right now here in our country mental health is very important. And the men in our country who are the leaders in a lot of families and households, they don't really have many outlets. Us wives and families are their outlets, but I really feel like sports, in an organization where men can get that outlet amongst other men is would be a great thing to bring to the community. So that's what we're trying to do.
I think that's fantastic because I think all too often men's mental health goes unnoticed a lot of times as
Very
men.
true.
And DeShawn, I don't, being a mentor as the owner of a team and a coach and a guy that has done this for a while. There's no better conversation to have than with another man and fellowship
Right.
that could bring and help. So I think that is an unbelievable message, and the wide variety of age that you have on your team. I love the fact that you have so much youth, but yet it looks like you have some very, very good veteran leadership as well.
Yes, we do. We do.
Fantastic. Okay, what did you set forth as the goal this year? Now, look, obviously a first year program in any sports league, playing any sport, anybody that tells me the goal was to win a championship, the interview's over. Because I know it
Right.
ain't going to happen, right? There's nothing to talk about. What was your
Right.
goal for this entire year?
So our initial goal is to, like I said, to put guys on the platform to enjoy themselves doing what they love to do with the game. As far as the organization and the team, I'm not gonna say we was planning on winning the championship this year, but we were planning to just to get our feet wet, to see what we have in the armory, get our feet wet and stuff like that. Um, to also just encourage these guys that there's somebody here that cares. Somebody here is going to listen. It's not all about football, It's also about, like I said, the brotherhood. It's about the connections that we make with each other, and yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love was walking out last week. A lot of times, the best place you can go after a semi-pro football game is just hang around the parking lot for a minute, right?
Right.
Because what you can learn about a team in a parking lot is immense. And what I learned about your team in that parking lot is that you do have a brotherhood. And I was watching those guys talk to some of the guys from the Sharks, and I really liked what I saw last week. I thought it was awesome, and I just, you know what, throw the score out the window. It was great to have semi-pro football back on Brevard Sports Network. Before we jump off here, I want to make sure we cover everything. So I'm going to give the platform to both of you, and tell me what you want people to really know about coming to games, about your organization, and why they should be a part of this.
Okay. So I would just say that give us a little grace. We are a new organization, but come support our games. Come see what we're about when we are posting our marketing and everything. When we're giving back to the community, just come out, meet the team, get to know the staff and our coaches. Because we are small, we're very family oriented. So, we just want to have something here in South Brevard, Palm Bay area that can reach everyone. That
Yep.
could be a bonus for everyone here. Something fun for everyone. We're looking to not only just have just football, but maybe basketball or just sports. Period. Just an outlet for our athletes here, whether you're young or old,
Uh,
and their families too, who just love sports and love the game.
and you're in the right spot because down there you got a lot of talented athletes. I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
we're going to put this out. You may get some calls. So, Coach, what are you looking for? What do you still need to fill out this run? Because I noticed numbers were a little light. So, what do you need?
Yeah. So, I'm not honestly, Alan. We need linemen bad.
Okay,
We need the linemen. Once we get the linemen, that'll be the final piece to the puzzle. We will be fine.
okay. Well, let's get you some linemen because I'm telling you right now, I know there's a lot of good ones in the county, and I know there's a lot of good ones in the south part of the county. The last 2,000-yard rusher was 4 years ago, and he came from the south part of the county. So I know he's got guys down there that block for him. I cannot thank you both enough, and you're going to see the Brevard Raptors 3 times on Brevard Sports Network this year. You saw them last week as well. And again, the baddest logo. There it is again. Who came up with that logo?
So, we kind of both came up with the logo.
That is beautiful, man. I
Yeah,
love that.
it was really creative. I thank you. I
I came up
appreciate
with the name though.
I like it. I'm telling you, that is
it.
so. And by the way, I can see that logo on a basketball jersey too. And we
Okay.
Right.
broadcast basketball games too. Just putting it out there. DeShawn, Ashley, thank you both so very much for joining us here today. Good luck tonight, and we'll check in again with you next week.
Thank you, Alan. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Thank you
you
everybody
too.
supporting us. The Brevard County Raptors are here to stay, and we look forward to seeing everyone tonight at our game.
There you go. All right. So that's going to wrap it up here. And always, listen, I always ask everyone to please support those that support youth and prep sports. Well, that's everything. That is semi-pro sports. The Jameses support youth sports. Their sons are playing youth football for the Rockets. They support the community, charitable endeavors. How can you not support the Brevard County Raptors? And you're going to see them on Brevard Sports Network. You're going to grow right before your very eyes, I promise you. So can't thank them enough. So I want to thank Miss Ashley and Mr. DeShawn for coming on here this afternoon. Get down to Palm Bay High School tonight. The information is on the screen. So for Ashley, for DeShawn, I'm Alan for the Brevard Sports Network. Have a great night and enjoy Raptors football.